Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the English Bình Phước radio, television stations, and newspaper. I'm Hưng Két with the latest news for today. Workshop How to Promote Digital Transformation. 21 collectives and individual honors for National Unity Movement. Ex-President meets with Pope Francis. Vietnam's ASEAN membership joining hands for prosperous community. Ladies and gentlemen, a seminar to promote digital transformation in Bình Phước province was held recently in the province. This is among the annual activity held by the Bình Phước Provincial People Committee to build digital government, digital economy, and digital society.
Speaking at the opening ceremony, member of the Standing Committee of the Provincial Party Committee and Vice Chairwoman of the Provincial People's Committee Trần Minh affirmed that Bình Phước prioritized digital transformation tasks. The process must focus on areas of interest for businesses and individuals, she said. Digital transformation must be comprehensive in every field, with people being the subject and driving force of development. That is the goal Bình Phước persists with in the process, and it also regularly raises public awareness about the task. Emphasizing that changing people's behavior, habits, and awareness about digital environment is a key endeavor, she suggested that departments, branches, agencies, and donors continue to strengthen communications, raise awareness, and develop digital infrastructure, digital human resources, and digital data when ensuring information security.
The Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee of Dong Xoài City has held a preliminary review of talk in the first half of 2023. Madame Lê Thị Xuân Trang, member of the Provincial Party Committee Standing Committee, head of the Provincial Party Committee Mass Mobilization Commission, and the President of Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee in Bình Phước were in attendance.
In the first half of this year, Dong Xoài City's Fatherland Front Committee at all levels and member organizations continue to effectively implement programs and revolutionary action movements organized by the city and the front. In particular, the Skilled Mass Mobilization Program associated with the donation movement secured consensus among the population. Households in the city donated more than 33,000 square meters of land, worth over 20 billion Vietnam dong, for site clearance for the construction of new roads. People also donated nearly 54 hectares of land, worth nearly 550 billion Vietnam dong, to build urban infrastructure. At the review, the Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee of Dong Xoài City honored 6 collectives and 15 individuals for their outstanding achievements in implementing the Great National Unity Movement in the 2003-2023 period.
The Chantal People Committee has held a preliminary review of a project on creating intergenerational self-help club in the town.
Currently, it has 20 intergenerational self-help clubs with 1,101 members, including 759 elderly people. Over the years, these clubs have actively participated in popularizing party guidelines and state laws while promoting physical and mental activities to improve the material and spiritual well-being of members and support each other in production and business development. The number of clubs will grow to contribute to new-style rural area building, foster civilized urban areas, and protect the interests of the elderly.
Ladies and gentlemen, President Võ Văn Thưởng, his pals and high-ranking delegation of Vietnam visited the Vatican at the invitation of Pope Francis.
At the meeting with Pope Francis, the Vietnamese president highly appreciated the positive developments of the Vietnam-Holy See relationship over the years. The president affirmed that the Vietnamese party and state consistently implements a policy of respecting and guaranteeing a citizen's right to freedom of religion and belief. Pope Francis affirmed that President Vo Van Thuong's visit is an opportunity for the two sides to discuss the Catholic situation in Vietnam and the relationship between Vietnam and the Holy See. Pope Francis said he wished the relations between Vietnam and the Holy See will further develop. He also hoped that Catholics and dignitaries in Vietnam will actively contribute to the development of the country and the Church.
28 years since officially joining ASEAN on July the 28th, 1995, Vietnam membership has left a profound mark with a positive contribution to the bloc's common development.
Vietnam's role and contributions to ASEAN have been recognized in the process of shaping and forming the grouping's strategies, directions, and development plans, especially in promoting regional cooperation with major partners. Vietnam has held the ASEAN rotating chair position 3 times, in 1998, 2010, and 2020. Especially in 2020, the country effectively led the association's activities, from in-person to virtual meetings, with its flexibility and proactiveness, helping ASEAN stand firm and overcome the difficulties caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. Vietnam has actively joined in the process of defining principles and playing rules for the region, thus together with ASEAN ensuring peace, security, stability, and promoting dialogue and cooperation. With a population of nearly 100 million, Vietnam has been developing very dynamically and actively, showing that it is making progress in terms of economic growth, political position, and social development. Cooperation with ASEAN has always been an important pillar in Vietnam's foreign policy of independence, self-reliance, diversification, and multilateralization, and international and regional integration, over the past 28 years.
After 3 weeks of trial and deliberation, the Hanoi People Court announced sentences for its defendant in the case of repatriation flight.
The highest sentence, life imprisonment, was imposed on 3 defendants for the charge of taking bribes and 1 defendant for the charge of fraudulent appropriation of assets. Other defendants charged with taking bribes, giving bribes, and brokering bribery received prison terms until 16 years. According to the first instance judgment, amid the COVID-19 outbreak, the government ordered organizing repatriation flights for overseas Vietnamese. The Supreme People's Procuracy said that this was a particularly serious and complicated case. The defendants has taken advantage of the COVID-19 pandemic to commit the crimes that had occurred at many different ministries, sectors, and localities. Most of the charges were classified as particularly serious and particularly dangerous for the society.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Vietnam Lao Trade Fair, Viet Lao Export 2023, the largest annual trade promotion event co-organized by the country Ministry of Industry and Trade, opened in the Lao capital city of Vientiane on July the 27th.
Lasting until July 31st, and attracting hundreds of Vietnamese and Lao firms, the Vietnam Laos Trade Fair features 250 booths. The Vietnamese section comprises 120 standard booths, run by 60 enterprises from various sectors, such as pharmaceuticals and medical equipment, agroforestry, fishery, food processing, garments, handicrafts, interior and exterior decorations, plastics, and consumer products. Within the course of the expo, there will also be product showcases, business transactions, face-to-face and online business networking conferences, and cultural exchange performances. The expo is an important event, serving as an opportunity for the side's businesses to enhance their trade, investment, and tourism cooperation.
And that's all for the news today. Thank you for watching BPTV News. Goodbye and see you next time.